people have been asking me, somebody keeps posting and posting and posting about Nolan Wells. Now, I don't know about the Nolan Wells case, really. But pulled cards, and then I'm feeling, trying to tune in, I'm feeling something happen here. Not the whole throat, something in this area. And then feeling like a lightheaded, a numbness taking over. And, but mainly something here. So I don't know whether he was, they were doing drugs or drinking or something. And maybe he had started to lose consciousness or something from what they were taking, or and maybe fell and hit his throat, because I'm just feeling this area. And so what I got with the cards, above it, Four of Flames. So this is about balance, actions and stuff. And this roadway that they took, what was happening, and the foundation was a depth of flames. So usually this is, I can hardly talk, it's the side of my throat is just like, yeah. So a depth of flames is charging forward. Now, when I saw the flame, for some reason, the first thing that came in was the die was cast. Why that would come in with looking at the flame on this, I don't know. But that, I'm just giving you what came in. The die was cast. So the reading's about these things being juggled. Like I said, I can barely talk here. The die was cast, and this was that. This is the mental realm. Some things up in the air, some things down here. Again, this darkness was there. It says many times an abuse of power or a control situation. And then we have here the adaptive challenges. Now, usually that's what's being offered up. But in this one, you can see plainly this person is face down in the water and doesn't really look like he's contained somewhere. And in this one, he really can't move. He's kind of contained. He's stuck in this one place. And we have the Nine of Orbs. So this mentality raining down on him. Now they're dealing with the nightmare of this, the heavy mindset concerning it. So I don't know if people there were impaired during it, okay? Because the challenge was, again, these actions, trying to looking out, but there wasn't the movement for the actions. This is like getting ready, but again, not really moving forward too much with it. And then the last card, outcome, is karma. Now, when I see this card, the karma card, is again very odd. What I'm pulled into with this is looking like almost a record, okay? And almost these hands holding this thing with this record, and then just that darkness there pulling them down, the karma card pulling them down. So for whatever reason, this was his exit point time, okay? The die was cast. It was about, the balance. The Four of Flames is about balance, grounding and things, but the die was cast. We had these things going on mentally, this stuff up in the air, Okay, a faceless thing happening. He was down in the water. Okay, and now they have this heavy thing. And like I said, I keep feeling this restriction in this area. So what that's about, I don't know. It's not like he was choked or something, because I would feel the whole thing here. It's not that. It feels like perhaps it had fallen or something happened, but it's really feeling this side. And just the head is feeling like, I don't know if he was drunk, had a lot of alcohol, or if he was, they had been doing some drugs or something with it. But the head is feeling very kind of like not really dizzy, but just kind of cloudy and stuff. And again, maybe fell and hit this thing, was a bit incapacitated, fell into the water. Now I'm wondering if when he fell, or if maybe they had an argument or a fight and he got punched here, because it's just, again, this area. So maybe he had gotten punched, maybe they had an argument. Like I said, I'm just giving you what's here. Now, this could be all bogus. I hate to say for entertainment purposes, because there's nothing entertaining about this. But because I keep getting asked about it, I decided I'll try to tune in and see what I get. But yeah, I'm feeling like there's a disconnect there. And again, this pain that's here. And I think that maybe, excuse me, maybe there was some sort of an argument. They may have been drinking or partying, something, got in an argument. He may have got punched in the neck, went overboard. And it doesn't feel like any of them were in any kind of a position to go in after him. They may have all been pretty inebriated at that time. And then when I get the karma card, it's like the die was set, it was cast, this was his time to go. This was the exit point that was chosen, and now the rest of them, again, are sitting there with this nightmare, this darkness coming over them, this depression and the stuff that's taking place now. Probably coulda, woulda, shoulda, but it feels like maybe they might have all been incapacitated and just really kind of out of it. But again, this is just speculation here, and I can only give you what I'm feeling. Now, usually, I've never tuned into people before as to, what happens with them, pretty much with deaths, although I have done it one other time I did, and it was somebody that had been manually choked, and I'm feeling like, But in this case, I'm not getting that. I'm just getting this one side. I'm just getting this one area. And this, again, this kind of, inebriated or something that was there. And then that, again, that pain here, that restriction there, pain there, went overboard. And I don't think any of them were in any kind of a faculty to get him out. And it looked like he was not, when he went in, maybe he was like semi-conscious or something at that point, or just too intoxicated, inebriated, something on that order, that he just couldn't, couldn't manage. It could have been this pain, this thing that was happening here again was between that and this fogginess, the stuff that was going on. Yeah, I keep feeling this absolute pain in through this area, just this one area. Okay. So I don't know whether maybe he passed out when it hit the edge of the boat or something, or he had gotten punched. Maybe they had an argument, he got punched. But again, what I'm feeling is this pain in through here, and the mentality there was, I don't know if it was drinking, they were drinking or taking pills, something, some sort of drug, something there, because was not feeling of a clarity of mind that was going on at that time. And I think the ones that were with him were also in some sort of a intoxicated state or something of that. But again, this was about the balance. The die was cast already, the karma card. There was this stuff that was up in the air, okay, when it was taking place with all of this. And yeah. So on that note, I'll leave that here. I don't think this has really helped anything. And I guess the only thing I heard that I guess he was in the water, and they're kind of questioning the first autopsy because he had been in the water for a number of days or something like that. Okay, I really don't know much about the case. Just that keep asking me about Nolan Wells. Well, who's Nolan Wells? I have no idea. I don't know his age or anything. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. But this was karmic. Again, the card is saying it's karmic. This was his exit point time. The die was cast, and he went in. And again, for some reason, there was this big pain, was not maybe fully coherent at that time. And I think the rest of them there could have also been impaired. Okay. I don't think this was a case that they took him out and had this plan to kill him. I don't think it was something like that. So anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.